Ever wonder why some folks keep going when the odds are against them? What if the secret to winning is just hanging in there? Let's dive into the world of visionary thinking and see how it's like the awe-inspiring phenomenon of a comet trail stretching across the sky. You know what I mean, right? First off, let's talk about visionary thinking. It's like landing a big client after months of pitching, that moment when all your hard work pays off and you feel on top of the world. It's also like selling a business you've poured your heart into, seeing it thrive under new ownership. Winning a race, even if it's just against yourself, is another example of visionary thinking, setting a goal and pushing your limits to reach it. And let's not forget about writing a hit song. It's the culmination of creativity and perseverance, hitting the right chords with your audience. Finally, building a dream home from scratch is the ultimate expression of visionary thinking, envisioning a future and making it a reality, brick by brick. Now, let's explore the comet trail, which represents the long-term vision and path that visionary thinking embodies. It's like waiting for a late bus on a cold winter night, knowing that eventually, it'll come and take you where you need to go. Learning to cook without burning the kitchen is another example of a comet trail. It takes time, practice, and a few burnt meals, but eventually, you'll master that recipe. Saving for a dream vacation is a long-term goal that requires patience and discipline, just like a comet trail stretching across the sky. Teaching a kid to tie their shoes is a process that can feel endless, but with each attempt, they get a little closer to mastering it. And debugging code all night, line by line, is like following a comet trail. It's a long, sometimes frustrating journey, but when you finally solve the problem, it's worth it. The relationship between visionary thinking and the comet trail is fascinating. Patience is like the fuel, and success is the destination, but sometimes the road is blocked, and you need to find a new path. Just like a comet trail can be obscured by clouds, visionary thinking can face obstacles, but with perseverance, you can navigate through them. The comet trail is the journey, and visionary thinking is the driving force behind it, propelling you towards your goals. Without the comet trail, visionary thinking would be aimless, but without visionary thinking, the comet trail would have no purpose. Together, they form a powerful combination that can lead to incredible achievements. Let's take a look at some inspiring stories of visionary thinking and the comet trail in action. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, is a prime example. Did you know that he failed 10,000 times before finally getting it right? That's right, 10,000 attempts before the light bulb worked. But Edison didn't see those failures as setbacks, he saw them as steps on the comet trail towards his ultimate goal. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's visionary thinking at its finest, seeing the bigger picture and never giving up on your dream. Another incredible story is that of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before her books became a global phenomenon, Rowling faced rejection after rejection. In fact, she was turned down by 12 different publishers before finally finding one willing to take a chance on her. But Rowling never lost sight of her vision. She kept following her comet trail, writing and rewriting her manuscript, until she found success. Now, her books have sold over 500 million copies worldwide, proving that visionary thinking and perseverance can lead to extraordinary outcomes. And let's not forget about Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder of KFC. Before he became a household name, Sanders faced over 1,000 rejections as he tried to sell his famous chicken recipe. He was 65 years old and living off his Social Security checks when he decided to hit the road and pitch his idea to restaurants across the country. It was a long, grueling journey, but Sanders never lost faith in his vision. He kept following his comet trail, and eventually, his persistence paid off. Today, KFC is a global brand with over 22,000 locations worldwide, all thanks to one man's visionary thinking and unwavering determination. These stories show us that visionary thinking is not just about having a great idea, it's about having the patience and perseverance to see it through, no matter how long the comet trail may be. It's like waiting for your Wi-Fi to reconnect, agonizing, but you have no choice but to wait it out. Or, as comedian Stephen Wright once said, patience is something you admire in the driver behind you and scorn in the one ahead. And just like a snail trying to win a marathon, visionary thinking requires slow and steady progress, but the reward at the end is worth it. John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, was a master of visionary thinking. In 1961, he set an ambitious goal for the nation, to land a man on the moon before the end of the decade. Many thought it was impossible, but Kennedy's vision inspired a generation of scientists, engineers, and astronauts to work together towards a common goal. On July 20, 1969, Neil Armstrong took his famous first steps on the lunar surface, proving that visionary thinking can drive progress and achievement on a grand scale. Kennedy's commitment to this goal was like a comet trail, guiding the nation towards a distant but achievable objective. In the business world, Larry Ellison, the co-founder of Oracle, is another example of a visionary thinker. Ellison consistently pushed the boundaries of technology and business models, transforming the software industry. He had a vision for a world where data could be accessed and analyzed in real time, and he worked tirelessly to make that vision a reality. Under his leadership, Oracle became a global leader in database management systems, and Ellison himself became one of the richest people in the world. His visionary thinking was like a comet trail, blazing a path for others to follow and creating new opportunities in the process. But perhaps the most striking example of visionary thinking in the comet trail in action is the rise of Tesla under Elon Musk's leadership. Musk had a clear vision for sustainable energy and electric vehicles, and he set out to disrupt the traditional automotive industry. Despite numerous challenges and setbacks, Musk never lost sight of his goal. He kept following his comet trail, investing in research and development, and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Today, Tesla is a global leader in electric vehicles, and Musk's vision has inspired others to pursue bold ideas and long-term goals in their own lives and work. It's like watching a snail win a marathon, slow and steady progress, but the reward at the end is a game changer. So, what can we learn from these examples of visionary thinking in the comet trail? First and foremost, it's important to have a clear vision for the future. Whether it's landing a man on the moon, transforming the software industry, or revolutionizing the automotive sector, having a bold and ambitious goal is essential. But having a vision is only the first step. You also need to be willing to put in the hard work and follow the comet trail, no matter how long and winding it may be. It's like trying to find a matching sock in a pile of laundry. It can be frustrating and time-consuming, but when you finally find it, the satisfaction is unmatched. Or, as the famous saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day. Visionary thinking requires patience and perseverance, just like waiting for a late bus or learning to cook without burning the kitchen. But the rewards of visionary thinking can be incredible. Just ask Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, or Colonel Sanders. They all faced countless rejections and setbacks, but they never lost sight of their vision. They kept following their comet trails, and in the end, their persistence paid off in a big way. So, the next time you're faced with a challenge or a setback, remember the power of visionary thinking and the comet trail. Keep your eyes on the prize, and never give up on your dreams. As the great philosopher, Yogi Berra, once said, "It ain't over till it's over." And who knows? Maybe one day, your visionary thinking will lead you to your own moon landing, your own Oracle, or your own Tesla. The sky's the limit, or should I say, the comet trail is endless? In our journey through the cosmos of visionary thinking, we've seen how the awe-inspiring phenomenon of a comet trail represents the long-term vision and path that visionary thinkers embody. Just like a comet's trail stretches across the sky, guiding us towards distant goals, visionary thinkers like John F. Kennedy and Larry Ellison have left their mark on history, pushing boundaries and inspiring others to reach for the stars. Pretty cool, huh? Let's dive deeper into the philosophies of these visionaries and see how they connect to the comet trail of visionary thinking. We'll start with John F. Kennedy, who, like the ancient philosopher Aristotle, believed in the concept of arete or excellence. Kennedy's vision for America was one of striving for excellence in all endeavors, much like a comet's trail blazes a path of brilliance across the night sky. Kennedy's first philosophy was that true excellence requires pushing the limits of what's possible. This is like a marathon runner who keeps pushing their body to new heights, striving for that personal best. They may feel like they're running on a never-ending treadmill, but that's the price of excellence. A chef, on the other hand, might spend countless hours perfecting a signature dish, experimenting with flavors and techniques until they create a culinary masterpiece that leaves diners in awe. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded, challenging, but oh so satisfying when you finally get it right. And a painter might spend years honing their craft, constantly seeking to capture the perfect brush stroke or color combination. It's like trying to paint the Mona Lisa with a toothbrush, tough, but the end result is pure genius. Kennedy's second philosophy was that excellence is contagious, inspiring others to reach for their own greatness. This is like an Olympic athlete whose gold medal performance motivates a whole new generation of athletes to pursue their dreams. They're like the human embodiment of a comet trail, leaving a lasting legacy of inspiration in their wake. A chef might create a dish so innovative and delicious that it sparks a culinary revolution, inspiring other chefs to push the boundaries of gastronomy. It's like starting a food fight with a gourmet meal, messy, but totally worth it. And a painter might create a masterpiece that moves viewers to tears, inspiring them to pick up a brush and create their own works of art. It's like watching a paint-by-numbers kit come to life, magical and transformative. Kennedy's third philosophy was that excellence requires a clear vision and unwavering commitment to that vision. This is like a sprinter who visualizes crossing the finish line in record time, focusing all their energy on that one goal. They're like a comet hurtling through space, unstoppable and unyielding in their pursuit of excellence. A chef might have a vision for a restaurant that revolutionizes the dining experience, dedicating their life to bringing that vision to life. It's like trying to build a spaceship out of kitchen utensils, ambitious, but with enough dedication, anything is possible. And a painter might have a vision for a series of paintings that tells a powerful story, pouring their heart and soul into every brushstroke. It's like painting the Sistine Chapel on a post-it note, small, but mighty in its impact. Now, let's turn our attention to Larry Ellison, the visionary behind Oracle. Ellison, like the modern-day philosopher Malcolm Gladwell, believed in the power of the 10,000-hour rule, the idea that mastery requires dedication and hard work. This philosophy is like a comet's trail, a testament to the power of persistence and the rewards of long-term vision. Ellison's first philosophy was that mastery requires a willingness to put in the time and effort necessary to achieve greatness. This is like a guitarist who spends countless hours practicing scales and chords, building the muscle memory and technical skill needed to create beautiful music. They're like a comet blazing through the night sky, leaving a trail of sound in their wake. A coder might spend thousands of hours writing and debugging code, honing their craft until they can create software that changes the world. It's like trying to build a skyscraper out of Lego blocks, tedious, but the end result is inspiring. And a surgeon might spend years in medical school and residency, mastering the intricate skills needed to save lives. It's like performing heart surgery with a butter knife, challenging, but with enough practice, anything is possible. Ellison's second philosophy was that mastery is a journey, not a destination. This is like a guitarist who continues to learn and grow, always seeking to improve their craft even after achieving success. They're like a comet that never stops blazing, always pushing forward to new heights. A coder might continue to learn new programming languages and techniques, always striving to stay at the forefront of their field. It's like trying to keep up with the latest smartphone update, constant, but necessary for staying ahead of the curve. And a surgeon might continue to attend conferences and workshops, always seeking to expand their knowledge and skills. It's like trying to keep up with the latest medical research, overwhelming, but crucial for providing the best care possible. Ellison's third philosophy was that mastery requires a willingness to take risks and embrace failure as a learning opportunity. This is like a guitarist who experiments with new techniques and styles, even if it means making mistakes along the way. They're like a comet that blazes a new path through the sky, unafraid to venture into uncharted territory. A coder might try new approaches to problem solving, even if it means encountering bugs and setbacks. It's like trying to debug a program with a magic wand, risky, but sometimes the most unexpected solutions are the most effective. And a surgeon might try new surgical techniques, even if it means facing the possibility of failure. It's like performing a high-wire act without a net, terrifying, but the potential rewards are worth it. Now, let's take a look at 3 inspiring stories of visionary thinking in action. First up is the rise of Disney from bankruptcy to empire. In the early 1980s, Disney was on the brink of financial ruin, with its theme parks struggling and its films failing to capture audiences. But under the visionary leadership of Michael Eisner, Disney embarked on a bold new strategy to revitalize the company. Eisner focused on creating high-quality, family-friendly content, investing in new technologies and attractions at the theme parks, and expanding Disney's reach into new markets. The result was a stunning turnaround, with Disney becoming one of the most successful and beloved entertainment companies in the world. It's like watching a phoenix rise from the ashes, dramatic, but oh so inspiring. Next, we have the story of Elon Musk's SpaceX and its near failures. In the early days of SpaceX, the company faced numerous setbacks and failures, with several rocket launches ending in explosions. But Musk remained committed to his vision of making space travel more accessible and affordable, pouring his heart and soul into the company. He encouraged his team to learn from their mistakes and keep pushing forward, even when the odds seemed stacked against them. And eventually, their persistence paid off, with SpaceX achieving numerous successful launches and even sending astronauts to the International Space Station. It's like watching a toddler learn to walk, wobbly and uncertain at first, but eventually, they're running and jumping with confidence. Finally, we have the story of Oprah Winfrey's journey from rags to TV queen. Born into poverty and facing numerous challenges in her early life, Oprah could have easily given up on her dreams. But she remained focused on her vision of using her platform to inspire and empower others, working tirelessly to build her media empire. She faced numerous setbacks and criticisms along the way, but she never let them deter her from her goal. And eventually, her hard work and dedication paid off, with Oprah becoming one of the most influential and beloved figures in the world of media. It's like watching a caterpillar transform into a butterfly, slow and sometimes painful, but the end result is nothing short of breathtaking. As we've seen, visionary thinking is like a comet's trail, guiding us towards distant goals and inspiring us to reach for the stars. Whether it's John F. Kennedy's pursuit of excellence, Larry Ellison's dedication to mastery, or the incredible stories of Disney, SpaceX, and Oprah, visionary thinking has the power to transform lives and change the world. So, the next time you look up at the night sky and see a comet blazing across the heavens, remember the power of visionary thinking and let it inspire you to pursue your own bold ideas and long-term goals. After all, as JFK once said, we choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. And that, my friends, is the true essence of visionary thinking. And now, as we come to the end of our journey through the cosmos of visionary thinking, let's take a moment to reflect on what all this means for us. You see the point, don't you? Visionary thinking isn't just for comets, presidents, or tech moguls, it's for all of us. It's the spark that can ignite our own paths to greatness, no matter where we start from. So, what does this mean for life? Well, it's like trying to find the TV remote in a messy living room, frustrating at times, but oh so satisfying when you finally grasp it. Visionary thinking gives us direction, purpose, and the courage to keep searching for that remote, even when the cushions seem endless. It means embracing the long game, understanding that our goals might stretch out like a comet's tail, but that's okay. It's about setting our sights on the stars, just like JFK did, and trusting that with persistence and passion, we can get there. Can we apply it? Absolutely, and here are 5 tips to help you harness the power of visionary thinking in your own life. 1. Break goals into bite-sized chunks. Just like a delicious pizza, your big dreams are easier to handle when sliced into smaller, manageable pieces. Start with the crust, lay the foundation, and work your way up to the toppings, tackling one slice at a time. Before you know it, you'll have devoured the whole pie of success. 2. Embrace failure as a stepping stone. Think of failure like a trampoline. It might bounce you back, but it's also what propels you higher. Every misstep is a lesson, a chance to adjust your trajectory and leap towards your vision with even more determination. 3. Surround yourself with dreamers and doers. Life lessons are like Wi-Fi signals, hard to catch but game-changing when you do. By connecting with others who share your passion and ambition, you'll create a network that amplifies your own visionary thinking, helping you stay connected to your goals. 4. Keep your eyes on the horizon. Visionary thinking is like trying to spot a distant ship from the shore. It requires patience and focus. Keep scanning the horizon, and eventually, you'll see your dreams coming into view, no matter how far away they seem. 5. Celebrate the journey, not just the destination. Think of your life as a road trip. Sure, the final destination is exciting, but the real magic happens along the way. Savor the detours, the scenic routes, and the unexpected pit stops, because they're all part of the adventure that leads to your vision. Now, let's dive into a few stories that showcase the power of visionary thinking in action. First up, we have Steve Jobs' incredible comeback with Apple. After being ousted from the company he co-founded, Jobs could have given up. But instead, he held on to his vision for revolutionary technology. When he returned to Apple in 1997, he introduced the iMac, iPod, iPhone, and iPad, products that not only transformed the tech industry but also our daily lives. Jobs' unwavering belief in his vision is a testament to the power of perseverance and long-term thinking. Next, We have Nelson Mandela's 27-year wait for freedom. Imprisoned for his fight against apartheid, Mandela could have easily lost hope. But he kept his eyes on the horizon, envisioning a future of equality and justice for his country. When he was finally released in 1990, he went on to become South Africa's first black president, leading the nation towards reconciliation and democracy. Mandela's story shows us that even the longest, most challenging waits can lead to transformative change when fueled by a clear vision. Then there's Albert Einstein, whose late-blooming genius is a perfect example of visionary thinking. Einstein didn't speak until he was 4 and struggled in school, but he never stopped questioning the world around him. His groundbreaking theories, like relativity, weren't fully appreciated until years after he proposed them. Einstein's persistence in pursuing his vision, even when it seemed out of reach, ultimately changed our understanding of the universe. Finally, we have Ludwig van Beethoven, who continued to compose masterpieces even as he lost his hearing. Imagine trying to create music without being able to hear it. Sounds like trying to bake a cake with a blindfold on, right? But Beethoven's vision for his art was so strong that he could hear the symphonies in his mind, translating them into some of the most beloved pieces in classical music history. His story reminds us that visionary thinking can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to consider how we can apply these lessons to our own lives. What's your toughest wait? Share below. Have you ever faced a challenge that seemed impossible to overcome? How did you keep your vision alive? Could you keep going after 1,000 no's? What small steps can you take today to start working towards your long-term goals? And finally, who inspires you to dream bigger and bolder? Remember, visionary thinking is like a comet trail. It might seem faint from a distance, but it's a powerful guide that can lead us to incredible destinations. So, keep your eyes on the stars, embrace the journey, and never stop believing in the power of your own vision. Who knows? You might just inspire others to reach for the stars, too. Thanks for joining me on this cosmic adventure, and until next time, keep dreaming, keep doing, and keep reaching for those distant goals. You've got this.